Hello again, welcome to today's attempt at the Fibble puzzle. This is Wordle, but there's a liar on every row, so maybe the A is lying. But then should it be yellow or green instead? Who knows? Or maybe the I, S, L or E is lying instead. We don't know, the only way to find out is to play. Now it's auto-populated that first guess, and it's actually more useful than it looks, because we know exactly one letter from those 5 should be in the word. It doesn't help that much, because we don't know which letter it is. But those are 5 very common letters, and the fact that only one of them is in the word should help us. I hope. Anyway, I'm going to try touch, because that lets me try the other 2 vowels. Now, at least one of those letters has to be in the correct position, so that is helpful. It's less likely that the C is there, I think. So I'm going to assume that's the liar for now. And let's assume that we've got an E, because that's the most common letter from that row. So how about we try donor? Interesting. I mean, we still could have the E as the liar. But it can't be dozen, because then the N would be lying instead. And if it's D-O blank E blank, don't think there's any other options that are actually in the dictionary. Domed, but that feels very unlikely. So it's more likely that the E is not lying, so it's not the E that should be in the word. Probably the D is not the first letter either. So what am I going to guess instead? We could have... It feels like we're going to need another vowel. But maybe we don't. Maybe we need to take the S or the L from the top row. How about folky? This feels very unlikely to be correct, but it does let me try some new letters, and it tests the L again. Okay, surely the Y is lying, because if the Y is in the word, it would be last, wouldn't it? So it's either lying because it's green, or it's lying because it's just not in the word at all. I might change my assumptions in a minute, but that's my assumption for now, which means the L is telling the truth, which means it's in the word. So the L is lying up there. So what does that mean? Well, we still could use the C, just not in that position, and we could use the D, just not in that position, because they might be lying, but they should be yellow rather than grey. When I see a green and I mark it as being the liar, I tend to assume that that means it's grey, but of course it could be yellow, which is an extra wrinkle in this game. So what are we going to do instead? I don't like duplicating letters, but I'm going to try lowly, because it lets me try the L again, and it also double checks whether the Y is last. Now, what has that told me? What has that told me? It can't be lolly, can it? No, if it's lolly, then the L and the Y are both lying on that row. The W's got to be the liar, hasn't it? But if that is the case, what is L-O blank blank Y? Because it can't be lorry, then there'd be 2 liars on this row. Can't be lofty, because then there'd be 2 liars on this row and this row. Could be a duplicated O. I didn't try that quickly enough. It's going to be loopy, isn't it? Oh, it's not! Oh, I was so confident, but that's... Oh, wow. Right, so the L is definitely lying on one of these rows, and it feels very unlikely that it's lying here, because surely the W is lying. So that means that the L is lying here. So it is L-O blank blank Y. But what on earth are the middle 3 letters? We can't use another O. And we've got horrible letters left. Loggy? Lobby! Helps if I actually type the L-O. Oh, it was lobby. It didn't test for B early enough, because it's not the most common of letters, in my defence. but I should have tested it sooner than that, clearly. So that is not my best performance. That might well be what it says in the thumbnail. But I did get there in the end, and I still had a couple of guesses in hand. It was fairly comfortable. I'm just greedy. I wanted to get it even faster. But anyway, we got there in the end. I'm sure you were shouting lobby at the screen, weren't you? Let me know in the comments. That's the Fibble puzzle. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.